Of Japan. Oh, it's time to go live. There we go. It's the liveness. So, are you ready? Are you ready to see pictures? Let's see actual pictures. Been having loads of fun with the camera set up. So who knows? Is it gonna show me properly? Okay. The camera color isn't brilliant, but at least you can see. Okay, this is not the most interesting view in the property, but there will be much more interesting views that I will be showing you later in this stream. And how am I going to show you interesting things? It's because I've got two cameras. That's right, people. There are two cameras. What's that behind me? What's that behind me? You can keep up with all of the international stuff, and let's try not to get copyrighted. And that's my bed. Anyway, along with me today, we have a special guest who I'm going to introduce now. Who could it be but Bubbles?
I'm watching the video of you right now, and I gotta say, when you give him time to watch the delayed video, you get to really marinate on your jokes and comedy, and I'm liking it more. I am.
Okay. That. I don't even know what to do with that. Well, I can see a lot of comments coming in. Let's have a little look and just catch up what everyone said first of all.
Yeah.
So, Rev, thank you everyone. Thanks for all the links. Thanks, Bubs, for links. Thank you everyone for your hellos and your comments. Fernando, will I still have my videos? And we'll try to work something in 90 days. You're talking about something else that I don't know. I'm listening to Yuko Suzuhana singing about a blue flower. Nice, not epic, but nice, relaxing. Martin, did you see the video of Yuko Suzuhana singing to a guy in a giant dinosaur outfit? Just saying. Harry, I think you are mistaking a gremlin for a hamster. Okay, I'll clearly join this conversation at the wrong time. Oh, Keanu's back. In my opinion, it's a combo of things. Billy, of course, with Bandmaid Prime now. There we go. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I joined in halfway through the conversation, Keanu. Yeah. Fernando, the funny thing is that my no. Okay, something about my live channel. Okay, yeah. Don't know what everyone's talking about. Fernando, turn off the picture. Thanks, Fernando. Table tennis, says Sven. Yes, it is. It's table tennis. Bubbles has a better camera. Yeah, he does. Bubbles is working on a much better camera. Obviously, the good camera is the one that we can't use because the good camera is the one that goes wrong every time we use it. That's something that we'll be working on now that we're here. Now that I've got a nice little setup here, I'll be working on getting the good camera working. But for now, yes, you've got this camera, which is the integrated one, and you've got the other camera. The other camera is one that I bought at the one of the second-hand shops I like for 200 yen. That's right. This camera has a value of about £1.20 or about $1.60. So yeah, that's what you get. But still, at least it functions and you can see stuff, and it will be useful later in this stream. Stop shaking your head. Finally, someone with a similar amount of hair. Cheers. I'm in that club too.
For fuck's sake, Howard.
Yuko upstaged by a dinosaur. Yep, sorry, one of them has a career on the side. Well, yeah, though I really like the Yeti thing with the eyes sticking out, like of its head playing piano softly in the background. I was like, whoa, okay, that's intriguing. But actually, yeah, that was I just watching that video. I was like, this is a really weird promo. But I want more of that. I want bands to have to seriously perform to listening mascots like that, mascots who are listening, but the mascots have to act really calm, just to see if. I mean, this whole thing about first take. You guys have heard me say this before. I'm not so interested in those first take videos most of the time because, as far as I'm concerned, if you're a professional, you should be able to do it on first take. Even in first take, I guarantee if they got it wrong, they'd let them have a second try. And further of all, it's being done in studio quality, so why not just listen to them in the studio? However, if you did a replacement of first take, which was artists performing to mascots who watched them dead-eyed, whilst another mascot with bug eyes played piano in the background, that is something that I would like to see. That's a proper challenge. All right, so I'm going to bring in Bubbles because Bubbles is typing a lot. Bubs, how you been?
For fuck's sake, Howard, you and your bargain hunting.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. If you needed a kidney transplant, you'd still look for the cheapest option.
like
That's disturbing as fuck.
Like Merriweather said, 200 yen, you got your money's worth. I agree. I got my 200 yen. I got my money's worth. And you know what, guys? It's 200 yen. However bad the quality is, it's 200 yen that lets you see me from a different angle. So that's 200 yen well spent. This just came with a computer, so effectively free. And this was 200 yen. 2 views for 200 yen. I think that's a good deal.
In the fucking QVC shopping channel bullshit are you on today?
That's basically all you get here at night after like a certain time is just QVC like style channels playing throughout the night. Martin says, did anyone watch Neon watching the mascot band? No, I didn't actually, but the mascot band I already know quite well. Was Rena there then?
Mascot band?
Yeah, you know them.
That sounds like something that should have been in the Olympics.
Funashi's band.
Oh, yeah. Oh God. There's a name I've not heard in a while. Ooh.
We were talking about Funashi the other day.
Wow.
Wasn't that us talking about Funashi?
No.
Running away from the explosions.
No, you're my only friend. I'd remember those conversations.
Ah, damn it! I gave away that I got other friends.
To other people?
In my dreams.
I thought so. I thought that's yeah. Because otherwise, I mean, I built my entire situation around you. I assumed it was the same for you, but.
So moving to the other camera.
You've created some doubts. Oh, okay. We're doing that now.
Well, I've decided what would be a good idea is, as I'm in the new place, I mean, I'm going to have to tell you guys about the new place anyway, but I thought I'd give you a quick look of what it's like. So over here,
yes!
I got look at that. Got the face of Bubbles there.
Yeah.
Nani.
That is delightful. Oh yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me just warm up to it. Nani.
So, Bubbles is not actually in my house. You'll be glad to know. Over here we have a fan and we have the television where there is table tennis happening.
Ooh.
I mean, as you guys know, I don't really watch television. I've never really had a television, but just at the moment, it's just interesting occasionally to watch over and see the Olympics. I'm not really big into a lot of it, but occasionally you go, oh, cool, Japan won something. And then, yeah. And then over there, you have a cupboard full of my clothes. And then in here, we have the kitchen. Kitchen's actually very nice. Small. It's pretty good. Can't quite reach around there. And then down there, those boxes are James's stuff that I have to send to James because James keeps on asking me for stuff. And then that's my fridge freezer, which is, of course, where I get to keep amazing things like...
Your ex-girlfriend.
Pieces of. Pieces of.
I don't even know where that came from.
Look how much I paid for this camera stand.
Oh Jesus! You probably swapped it for a fucking fingernail.
What?
I don't know.
A fingernail?
Yeah, you train. You were looking for magic beans. You got a tripod instead.
I don't want.
All you have to do is give the guy some DNA. You gave him a fingernail. I have
I
a whole
really don't
plot
want to
line in
know.
my head developing on this.
I don't want to know what fairy tales would look like if you wrote them. And the wizard gave him a fingernail. That's just weird.
And then the wizard was found to be a serial killer, but the fingernail placed the blame elsewhere.
Let's read some of the comments. Sven, Puffy only performed at the first take copy Blackboard, which is at least 50% less cool. I actually think Blackboard was actually been better. I've kind of enjoyed it more, though they got less famous artists. I think that it's a little bit less pretentious. It's a little bit more fun. I prefer Blackboard, if I'm honest with you. But it's still the same thing, which is just like, why are we doing this? But it's been cool. Andy says, "Wow," and I agree with you. Andy. Martin says, Japan's Yuto Hirogome wins first ever Olympic gold in skateboarding. He's only 26, skate and destroy indeed. I did actually see him doing the skating thing, but they also had a brother and sister team who both won their individual categories in wrestling as well. So like Japan's already got like 3 golds or something. Again, have to sacrifice cardboard from the palace to James. Signs of a true friend. That cardboard comes up in one of the blogs because that was the day that I got those boxes was one of the most miserable days I've had. No, it was the most miserable day I've had since going to Tokyo. That was a nightmare, and you will see that undoubtedly when it comes up. But hey, it'll get done. And the post offices were closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday because of the holiday. So as a result, his boxes will be going out to him. Bubbles' keyboard is really loud and annoying when he types, so I'm going to have to get used to muting him on a regular basis. Howard, how many of the first take videos have you seen? I've seen.
The rare occasion where I'm being friendly to people who just popped in to say hello, I'm keeping that nice vibe because we're both got matching hairstyles, we're both wearing black t-shirts. Nobody can really tell which is which at this stage, apart from the camera work. Because you're right now, you look like you're somebody that's been embedded by the Daily Mail in Japan to find out how bad it can get.
Wait a minute, I can do anime glasses. It's not quite working, but I'll work on it. I'll work on the anime glasses. Yeah, no, just in reply to what you were saying there, Sven, I've actually watched quite a lot of them. I mean, like I say, I haven't got anything against them. It's fun to watch the artists doing the song, and it's great. It's just, it feels like a bit of a, feels a bit like, I'd rather just see them do it live with a crowd. So it doesn't really feel like it's kind of worth doing in that setting. It's like, it doesn't have the same fun as a proper live thing. And yet, if they're going to do it in a studio, why not do it properly in a studio? And like I say, the whole first take aspect brings nothing to it for me because, as I say, one, they should be able to do songs first take. That's their job. And two, and two is the fact that, well, I know for a fact, I can just tell you this. I can tell you this having worked with these kind of people, even though I haven't worked in this kind of thing exactly. If they called it first take, the band turned up and did a shit first take, they would let them go again. So I promise you, it just seems like a bit of a non-entity. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Morpheus. You're looking a bit pale today.
Well, a suggestion has been made in chat.
Okay, I'll read. Rev, I've got a pair of glasses that looks just like that, and I'm tempted to go and get them now. I'm too old. I hear gold medal in skateboarding. Oh, gold medal in skateboarding. And I think it's an Olympic sport. Then so should making dens in the woods be there too. Well, I guess anything that's a sport that involves some physical element. I mean, I guess I'd object to tiddlywinks in the Olympics, but beyond that, we're pretty much good to go. Konnichiwa to... It's you. It's you. The man with the name. Oh... Welcome back. Welcome, Misdirection.
Told you it was going to be
Oh!
worth saying hello to him.
Did I realize that last time, Misdirection? I think I did call you it last time, Misdirection. I realized that's funny as well. That name. Fernando, you need some glasses to be a twin. Ooh. Mechanical keyboards mean he has taste. If it doesn't click, it ain't real keyboard gamer. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a big fan of touchscreen ones either. I hate typing on my phone. Terminator 6, the
I'm going to take that as a compliment. Let's face it, I is tick. But right now, I'm just looking like I'm looking like the gatekeeper to the internet. Nah, mate. Nine's not down. You're not coming in. You know.
Oh man.
I'm the censorship mod for today.
What looks actually, I'll tell you what, those little earphones you're wearing, they make it look like you've got really 80s earrings in. Looks like you're actually in a bit of like a power pop group, and you've got earrings in, and you're trying to be both manly and effeminate at the same time. I can imagine that look with some red lipstick, you know, the kind of, is he manly? Is he effeminate? He's in an 80s power pop group. I think that's a look. But you wouldn't.
The keyboardist in Erasure.
Yes.
That's just let himself go.
You wouldn't be the front member. You would be one of the members in the back who's really, really, really trying to pull off the look by trying too hard. And everyone knows that since he lost his hair, he can't front any band other than maybe Right Said Fred. So, you know, he ends up on the keyboard and he's really trying to look cool. You've got the look. And the black shirt helps. Yeah, you definitely are rocking that 80s power pop thing. You could be in a Phil Collins cover band.
Honestly, I'm working my full wedding dance, you know, 6 beers in, getting a bit leery for the wedding dance kind of thing, like, whoa.
So Harry says, rumour mill has it that Scandal may be live streaming their 15th anniversary concert in Osaka Hall next month, in addition to the live crowd. That sounds kind of like a good one, actually.
Howard, read that again, but stop after you say 15th anniversary.
Rumour mill has it that Scandal may be live streaming their 15th anniversary.
What?
You froze at a really inopportune moment. It just looked like you just tore a hole in the dimension.
Perfect. That's even better. I'm just here for reactions, really.
Misdirection says, you did indeed, sir. I'm glad. That's the name that keeps on giving. Babies. Martin.
Don't do that.
Margaret Taniguchi, Canaboon, and Necride Talkies Moss's first take was great. They get the giggles after the first song having messed it up. Yeah, I did enjoy that one. I thought it was fun, but that was probably the best one I've seen, actually, because that one, I thought their voices went really well, and it was the fact that it was like a collaboration thing. It made it fun because they were coming together to do something that maybe if someone had said, hey, let's go in the studio and do this, I mean, I don't know, maybe they have done it in the studio, but if someone said, let's go to do this in the studio, they might go, oh, we haven't really got time to book that. But if it's like, hey, just turn up and do a quick thing for a internet thing, then they might have more to. So when it gives artists an opportunity to maybe do something that they wouldn't have done before, that's great. But when they're just kind of playing their songs, I'm like, I'd rather just see you live on stage, you know, with a crowd and with like an atmosphere. This is kind of, yeah. It's just the Blackboard one. Like I say, at least they don't play the whole first take thing. I mean that as in the gimmick of pretending it's a first take, even if it is. And at least it's got a little bit of a silly character to it. I like the fact they let them draw all over the blackboard in the background, so they kind of do a visual thing to go with it. It's all pretty meaningless, but it's got a little bit more character to me than the first take one, where it's just like, here is a blank void, here is a band, they will play the song probably the same as they played it on the recording. Enjoy.
Neon's got us mixed up again.
Wait a second,
can't tell us apart.
So Jesse says Billy Corgan circa 2021 completely smashed pumpkins. Yes. Billy Corgan said NWA wrestling and a weekend with Juggalos. NWA wrestling? I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
see
Northern
Billy
Wrestling
Corgan.
Alliance.
What?
No, it's not N-word with attitude wrestling. It's Northern Northern Wrestling Alliance. Well done. Your brain just went there.
There,
Um,
there's only one NWA, my friend. There's only one.
yeah. Look,
The
you just
Neighborhood
suddenly
Watch
expressed yourself, man.
Association. Ah, nicely done. The Neighborhood Watch Association. That's the only NWA. Neon says, "New
Yeah,
home, same old sexy Howard." Oh my dear. We still need to. We still
I
need to
thought
do
we
part
got us
2 of our.
confused.
Shut up, Bubbles. We still need to do part 2. We still need to do part 2 of our interview. And so we need to do that as well. But it's difficult because that's the only time when I feel less sexy is when you're on screen with me. So. Bubs, please like and subscribe. We are monetized. Bubbles, what did you do? You typed "we are monetized." What are you doing, Bubbles? That's
Sorry, I couldn't see with my shades on, man.
it's because I
I was
told
too
you.
busy thinking. I was internally singing Karma Chameleon while I was bouncing around, and I just got yeah. I fucked that up. Here, somebody else fix it. Fuck it. Oh wait, that's me.
It's because I told him to shut up. He's fighting back. Sven, Howard, you should watch the first take by group Tamashi. They are crazy. See, I would, but wouldn't I rather just listen to them, like in the studio? Wouldn't it just be nicer to get to know their music properly? Maybe if I was already into them, I would watch a first take one. With exception to the Canaboon Necro Talkie one, there hasn't been
Jesus is our friend. You better stop right there.
Yeah, you get. You've got plenty of. Oh, there we go. And block.
Okay.
Okay.
See you, Jesus.
That was amazing. You managed to block all of them that quickly. I didn't know there was even a button for doing that. So let's have a little look here. You should watch the. Yeah, so like I say, with the first take one, there hasn't been a single one, with exceptions to the Necro Talk where I've watched it and I thought this has given me something that I couldn't get from either the recording or watching them live. That's kind of been the problem. But then again, maybe I should watch more of them. Like even when Puffy did their most famous song on the Blackboard one, which actually I'm not such a big fan of, but they did a song that I really like by them as well. And when they did that, I remember listening to it and going, okay, the reason why I kind of enjoy this is because there's actually no good live recordings of this song. But if there was a good live recording of this song, I'd probably rather listen to that and hear them bounce off of the crowd. But so it was nice to hear a live recording with that live edge. But I would just remember afterwards thinking, I like this more for the video, seeing them doing it. It's kind of cool, seeing all the stuff they'd drawn in the background, which was really fun. That was kind of why I enjoyed it more than actually anything. Just like the massive list of names. First take after 10 vodka shots would be better. Yeah, see, that's what it needs something to add a little bit of a, like, who is it? There was that, he came up with a really good idea. I mean, it might not have been the guy, it might have been a whole thing, but there was that guy who does his interviews, but he makes everyone like eat increasingly hot chili, and I think he works for the chili company or whatever it is. The chicken
Sean
wings.
Evans.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that, but I thought that was a really good idea because I thought, okay, it actually adds something to the interview. It means that you're putting an interesting little thing into the interview. It doesn't stop it being an interview. It doesn't stop. If anything, it adds a bit of character because the person being interviewed is enjoying themselves. They're having a bit of a laugh at the same time. They're still answering your questions, but there's a bit of a context shift. And that's kind of what I mean when it comes to stuff like the first take. It's like, why not have a little bit of something to add a context? Have them perform to dinosaur puppets or whatever. So Trey says, hashtag off with his head. Indeed. Harry, the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance, owned by Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if that's true. I know nothing about wrestling except there was the judo on, and I just remember watching the judo a little bit earlier and thinking, hey, you know what? This is kind of like the nearest Olympic sport to drunken fighting. It's just the way that everyone sort of clams together, and there's all this occasionally, oh, I'll kick you, I'll fight you, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, someone throws another person onto the ground. You're like, oh shit, where'd that come from? So I thought that to me, that was entertaining. I enjoyed that. Let's have a look. So I'm going to catch up with the comments, and then I'll get you back in on this one. Martin, Bubs got overexcited because you gained a Patreon. That extra £1 a month is going to buy so many new cameras. I need more USB slots. Buy 10 cameras and get a free coffee.
I'm leaving Martin's comment there because it's factually correct. That's all I can say on the matter.
Neon says, seems Jesus wasn't the saviour we needed after all. That's not where I was looking for a saviour, so bless him for trying. Nagia says there should have been a first take competition where two bands wager who the most shots they have to try to perform the other band's song. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't necessarily think drinking is always the way to sort of do a funny thing, but it certainly would be one way of doing it. It would it would at least add something interesting. Although I think if they were drunk, I wouldn't want to just hear musicians play badly. It would be more funny if there was something more of a comical element to it, maybe than just, hey, we're going to intoxicate you so you can't play properly. Maybe something like where they all have to play each other's instruments. They're not allowed to play their own instruments. They have to do one of their songs, but each of them is playing another member's instrument. Something like that. Rev, he said Jesus is our friend, but didn't claim to be Jesus. Who knows? He might have been talking about some Mexican bloke called Jesus. Neon, all hail the mighty Bubs. Hey, there's only one deity round here, thank you very much. Those glasses go on and his ego just explodes. Sven, the first take is there to generate money for Sony. Yeah, it's the Matrix. Why should they add dinosaurs? It's much more focused on the voices. But why is it focused? It's focused on the voices. Well, if it's focused on the voices, it doesn't need to exist. It's like, that's what the studio's for. Or, if you want it, then have it live. It's just, to me, it's, like I say, it's just, it doesn't actually achieve that. I don't feel like I've gained any musical experience that I didn't have otherwise, or enjoyed anything that I didn't enjoy before, or that I've learned anything about the artist. It just doesn't do anything. An interesting example of how you could do something like that is, I remember Ayaka, she had a habit of doing a lot of her songs, just doing them a cappella, just so you could hear her vocal performance, which was lovely because she got an amazing voice. Something like, just do something different. I mean, you could either add something like the comical dinosaurs, just so add it a comical effect if you wanted to make it a bit of a challenge, like a lot of those Japanese TV shows, can you do this without laughing? Or if not, then genuinely do something that makes it musically interesting, like, force them to do it a cappella, or force them to do it with, okay, here's your song, but we're just going to suddenly bring in a brass band. You have to play it with them. Just something like that. Something where it has a reason to watch it, I think. That's kind of what I mean, is because I don't feel like I get a reason to watch it from when I see it. You're right, though. It is just there to generate money for Sony. That is very true. Bubs the Bouncer. Firm but fair God. Oops, mod. You First take on Helium. First take two bands play each other's songs. Yeah, all these sorts of things might be a fun way of doing it. Still say Miku should be added to Japan's Olympic competitive shooting team. After that thing in the opening ceremony where all the pigeons came down, the paper pigeons, are like, oh, Miku Army. Bands sing barbershop. Yeah, just anything to actually give it a reason to exist. That's what I mean. I look at it and it says, oh, the first take video. I'm like, I kind of never want to click on it because I'm just like, why? I look at it, I'm like,
back in a second.
Listen to the studio version. Oh, I was just about to ask you a question. Oh, yeah, shit. Well, I'll stop talking now. First take works very well for Sony. Yeah, no, like I say, I'm not denying the commercial angle of it. Commercially, it's totally wise because people will click on that type of thing. Often, I think fans kind of get a sense of pride because they think, hey, so cool. Listen how well my favourite artist did on the first take. But I guess it's just a different perspective. I look at it and I go, yeah, you damn well should do. So if you did anything less than good on the first take, you're not Puddle of Mud. Okay? So it's important to have that context. Swanee whistle and kazoo versions of songs are the best versions. Yes, especially if you can throw in a ukulele as well. Kazoo and ukulele orchestra. Well, actually, the ukulele orchestra is already a really cool thing. Um, so Bubbles is hopefully coming back. Guys, press that like button if you haven't already. If this is anything other than appalling, press the like button. Rev, first take while experiencing ever increasing G-forces. Yes, that one I want to see. No, nothing musical like that. It's a really dumb idea, but I just want to see it because that sounds fun. I will get bored of it after the first one. I just want to see it once. Fernando, in the absence of Bubs, we're stuck with the Howard. You guys are assholes. Anyways.
And the minute you said that, I appeared. I know your pain, Fernando. Don't worry. Just like All Might, I am here.
Take off those glasses.
Or something more manly.
Take off those bloody glasses.
Well, okay, fine, but I think it ruins the image of the moderation kind of thing.
It's ruined your personality. It's turned you into an egomaniac.
Says Chatty Cathy with his fucking normal glasses. Fuck off, you bargain hunter. The personal attacks are coming out. I've gone too far into the bouncer character.
I was about to say, it's just those glasses have taken you over and turned you into this monster.
Yes, the glasses are polarized, much like my political views. It's all going downhill now.
Well, I was going to let you talk and then you walked off. So anyway, hey, what you got Bud Light. Okay, can you just show everyone that you are actually drinking Bud Light? And then to further it, I want you to show them what was on the box.
Oh, you have to show them what was on the box, man. I can't put it up on the screen.
Ah, crap. You sent it to me online, didn't you?
You have to do it.
Well, I got to work out how to do it first. Give me a moment.
There was a reason I was drinking Bud Light. Well, also, I have to admit, right? So over the past couple of months, my drinking's gotten well out of control over the past few months, but it was understandably so. And the situation was, I was like, well, fuck it. I can't go cold turkey because I know that's going to fail instantly, and I can't keep drinking like I'm drinking. So I'm going to cut back, but I'm going to do it steadily, and so I'm cutting back on the kind of alcohol volume or the amount of alcohol that's in what I'm drinking. So sticking with beers, getting lighter beers, and and then I can cut back properly. Control chaos, as they say. And unfortunately, due to the bullshit that's going on with the C word over here. Basically,
gotcha.
Basically, what happened was there's actually genuinely a supply problem with a lot of items. One of them being beer. So this was what was left that was light. And I was like, that's close to water, like my piss. Let's go first. But the picture. Oh, the picture. Oh, the picture. The picture on the box sums up what people think when they see us on stream and just go, but why, guys? Why? You're not the streamer type.
Don't say anything more quite yet. I'll tell you for why. Because Bubble sent this to me with no context. He just sent me this picture. All right? So I just want to make sure that everyone else can see what eyes. He sent me that. I don't know who this is, but apparently it's some footballer. And he's just like, oh, look what I bought. I mean,
I will never get sick of that picture.
I got sick of it the minute I saw it.
Oh, there's a meme called "Hide the Pain, Harold," and it's a really old Hungarian guy, and that's the English version. I'm getting grief because I'm drinking Bud Light. Okay.
It literally. Can I just before we go on? Can I just say it does literally look like some sort of murderer has like skinned his face and then drooped it over a box of beer. It's utterly horrific. Anyway, talk about your Bud Light thing.
Psycho that we all wanted. Yeah, I'm catching a little grief for drinking Bud Light, but like I said, I'm just doing it to be a little bit better, keep my mental strength up. More importantly, Americans don't even drink Bud Light, is the quote there. Allow me to explain. You guys don't know what good beer is anyway, so just accept that you're always going to be wrong. You have a drinking age of 21 and a shooter age of anything between 8 and 18. So, if you're going to give me grief today over the Bud Light thing, take a step back. No, but honestly, it is piss. But it's piss that's tricking my body into thinking that I'm having some fun here.
Well,
English bloke drinks Bud Light, Americans drink Boddingtons. Okay, for fuck's sake, get the country right at fucking least.
I was about to say English bloke. You're
I have some news. Although recently I found out I was Korean. I didn't realize, but the Irish Olympic team video that I saw on YouTube showed me that I was. Do you want to explain, Howard?
Well, first of all, let's just remember Lenny's now Canadian. If you're English, he's Canadian. Let's have a little read through some of the comments here, first of all, though, before we move on to your sudden change, because we're starting to roll up the screen. First take on homemade instruments. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can repost those videos of me doing songs on homemade instruments, because I love doing those. And I really wanted to do more, but they are a copyright threat. So maybe I should just do a separate channel for them and see if it works. Actually, I probably should. Rev, there was a reason I was drinking Bud Light. You were giving up beer. That's pretty much what he was saying. Yeah, reduce the volume, increase the alcohol content. I tend to find if I want to sort of drink less, I find it easier to reduce the alcohol content instead, because you just, so long as you're drinking something, your brain just sort of like knows you're drinking something. It's kind of like, it's nice to chill out. Martin, I had some Icelandic beer the other day, IPA, ice pale ale. Should have had a volcanic rock and a hint of sarcasm in it, but otherwise not too bad for an IPA. That'll make a man quit drinking. And you bought it anyway. Yeah, I do. I'm more surprised that he bought it considering what was on the box. I wouldn't want to touch it. Sorry, English rules bloke. English ruled bloke. Oh. So,
this is why you're
see you in
LA.
Belfast. See you in Belfast.
Yeah, don't worry. I still drink car bombs. I can introduce you to them.
But if you start annoying the Irish, you'll stop worrying about ISIS pretty quick.
Yeah, don't worry. Never mind the flat Earth. Fucking LA isn't real.
I like LA.
I will give you a national.
I'm the only person who seems to actually have positive things to say about LA. I like it. Rev, Miku drinks Boddingtons.
That's not true. Yeah, we're doing the Friends reunion. All the Yanks are having Boddingtons, and I'm having a fucking midlife crisis.
I'm actually deleting that picture now because it's on my desktop and I can see the icon. And I hate seeing it.
Dude, that is a challenge wank if ever there was a picture. I mean, if you can get laid and if you can bring a lady home and impress her and then bring her into a bedroom and have that just above the bedpost and still hit it, that is challenge material. Okay, that's how you raise your game up.
Do you know what? Even better. Just invite her back. It's so nice. It's quiet. It's chilled out. You can kind of got a good atmosphere going. Go, hey, sit down. Do you want me to get you a beer? Okay, and then just lift up the box. Just lift it so the face goes, and then just hold it up and take the beer from the box.
You know the worst part is that probably was his passport photo. You're just like, oh, Brexit, and I have to travel. Click. Fuck.
We're competing in the European football tournament, which is rather ironic. So Rev, Miku drinks Boddington. Oh yeah. I think to be honest, Miku probably drinks a bit of everything. I guess you would, wouldn't you? But Boddington's, I don't know. I mean, Boddington's like one of those things. I don't think anyone in England really ever thinks about Boddington's. There's like much better stuff, I think.
Yeah,
But
I used to drink Boddingtons.
really,
I don't mind ales in general.
but there's better ales than
they're not-
Boddington's,
I
though, isn't
prefer
there?
lager. Yeah, there is. Well, I prefer lagers, but ales are okay. It's just after a while, they kind of grate on me. It's the tart aftertaste of it that really kind of sits, and it's more likely to make me puke after, well, more than I can count fingers on my hands at that stage.
Bubbles, have you got a pair of scissors anywhere near you?
Yes, I don't have that picture with me though.
I'm just going to read here. So, Jeremy says, poke holes in that photo and make a kabuki mask.
I will have to buy another box, but next week, yes, I will. If I can find another one, but yes, I will.
It's all the skin around the outside of the picture that kind of means you can kind of fold it around in a really creepy fucking way. Nikia, did they have different players on different cases of beer? That's a fair question.
I didn't notice if they did. I saw the crushing disappointment of realizing who he was in this world, and I went, "Fuck it, I'm buying that." Honestly, that's what I went for.
Do you know what? If they had choices and you picked that as the preferable one, God help us for what's on the others. Rev says, I think the Mac Lads based half of their songs on drinking Boddingtons. Do you know the Mac Lads? I know this band.
Macclesfield? Or am I missing a pub band from Northern England?
It sounds like a pub band.
Either way.
Sounds like a pub band, doesn't it? The Mac Lads.
Yeah.
Or
It sounds like something I would have come across.
It could be a gang who dress up as Ronald McDonald. The McLads.
It could be a darts club, to be fairness.
Yes.
Well,
they do have songs apparently, so that's one we don't know. We got one more like, yay! There's one more person who doesn't think we're appalling. We got one more like.
Oh, no,
thank you,
that
number 10.
That's a pity like, and I love it, and I'm keeping it. Thank you.
Martin says, did Bubs say tarts leave him with an aftertaste? Maybe if he spent an extra few euros, moved further away from Sextman Street.
You know, Martin, I completely agree with you, but you know, the tart aftertaste was just to wash the cum of your dad out of my mouth. I don't sound better out of that joke, but I'm happy to go to that level. I know we're going that way, Martin. You and me. Deep cleansing breath. I don't mind. Like, to be honest, there's a lot of different beers out there. There's a lot of different things that I can do, but you know, fuck it. I'm trying to get my life together. And Bud Light just shows that I am not making those choices.
Can I just say, when your alcohol content goes down, your jokes go to a very dark place. Rev says a discussion for later. Geez, my typing. So the Mac Lads. So it clearly is something that we can't discuss in polite company. Not that we have that here.
Oh, excellent.
We got one more like. We're up to 11. Wow, I'm liking that.
See?
Oh wait, can I do the line? Can I do the line?
Yeah, do it.
Remember, it's good to like the video if you're not hating it because of the fact that we're not monetized here. So your likes are as much of a currency as anything else on these longer videos that get a larger audience retention and therefore play towards the algorithm. And remember, a big thank you to all of our Patreons for keeping this channel running like you do. I talk about music as someone who's worked with it my entire adult life, but that doesn't mean that your opinions aren't relevant as well. So get in here, tell us what your opinions are, tell us what you think about music and other things, and so long as your opinions don't ever agree with Bubbles, you're welcome to type them.
As long as you don't agree with Bubbles or somehow improve on the idea that Bubbles should not have opinions. we are really happy with that.
He has the illusion of opinions, the illusion of freedom.
Yeah, I know. It's all fun and games, and then the Bud Light comes out. That's why the picture looks like that on the box. It just looked at me and went, "We know what jokes you're going to make today, you sick fuck."
That face is actually him after drinking a Bud Light. So, Nagin says, what other American light beers do they offer in the UK? I don't remember. Honestly, I never saw Bud Light. I don't remember seeing any American light beers. The only two I know are Bud Light and Miller Lite. Normal Miller
Coors
has at
Light,
least...
Miller Light, Bud Light.
Is Coors American?
Yeah. Well, okay, that's what it is. There's like 3 companies that own all the beers in the world. One of them is Diageo. So they're American based. They own Guinness, so
yeah, but it doesn't make Guinness American. You know, you kind of think if like the beer is so. For example, like you think about like Range Rovers owned by was it like BMW or someone, doesn't make it German. It's still like a very English design, although it's increasingly becoming German. But
what I like is like there is like now you can get like a really good decent range of craft beers just in general, although like they'll obviously only stock the more popular ones, but there's plenty of places like and this isn't a sponsorship, it's a company that I've used before, Beer 52, and you can pick and choose what type of beers that you want and stuff, but I've been surprised by the decency of the light beers that are out there. Like it's really been like it's taken a little bit more seriously, because Bud Light, literally, it's one of those things that it's meant to be like the Diet Coke, the healthy alternative that you can go out and still have a laugh and look normal. It's not 0%, it's just 3.5. But there's been some really nice variations going out there, and I'm looking forward to it. Just giving them a try. Honestly, like I was hammering back, like Howard, you know, I've fucking called you and I've been hammered out of my mind, you know. So the fact that you're having a reasonable conversation with me on a stream, you know, apart from, you know, dad cum jokes. You know, it's a variation. Some, you know, something that I don't share often. But yeah, shit was miserable. There were symptoms. Basically, one of them was the fucking alcohol just in general. And yeah, I can go a clear 24 and drink straight. And all of that time, it's just doing me much, much worse damage. But I have options to get shit back together. Does that mean I'm going teetotal? Nope. Personal opinions on this, and it's only my personal opinion. I'm working to make things better for myself, and one of the things that I'm doing is just trying to make sure that I'm not going overboard on certain things. But I'm still thick. Yeah, baby.
Bubbles, can you hold still for a second?
Okay. What should I be holding?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, don't move. Take another swig.
Okay.
Oh, we
like,
have
do
we have
we
have a new channel logo.
Do you want a Dr. Evil style? Do you want Dr. Evil style?
Okay.
Like this one?
I'll be honest. Your facial expression.
Instead of when he does that.
Your facial expression doesn't matter right now for various reasons. All that matters is what everything else is happening.
Oh wait, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not even looking at that. Oh, actually, you've improved the stream. Excellent. By covering my face, you've. Wait, do we get more likes out of my face being covered? Because I wouldn't be against it.
Press like now if you want me to cover his face. Although what with is a very different subject.
Yeah, log into your fake accounts and give us likes. Just to make sure my face stays covered.
I'm going to bring back. I'm going to bring back Bubbles. I'm not actually that cruel. I am, but
with every Patreon, it goes towards motion capture to make sure I can't be seen.
All right, I got to read up some of these comments because we're falling a little bit behind. So it's always good to catch up. So Rev says, Bud Light does to the brain. I used to suspect American light beers were only sold in UK pubs to catch out underage drinkers. Oh, well, that's a brilliant comment. Harry, waiting for you to write up and record the script so it can be hotkeyed to play at will during these live streams, just like I did with the closing thing. I always feel like I should just do a separate little window that I could actually do that. I can do one where a separate window appears at the bottom right while I'm talking and it just starts doing the line, and I can just sit here listening to myself and looking down at the picture-in-picture. That would be a good way of doing it. Cause merged with Molson. I think someone said that actually the other day, so sorry if I forgot that. But Cause is American. Cool, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I got nothing against Cause. Cause is a general. I seem to remember it's not too bad. Scott Cause American from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Nice. And again, then that beer is terrible and never drink it again. Allegedly. Golden, Colorado, they give free tours and 2 free beers at the end. So you can drink them and go,
nice.
Water. So Rev says, it's just something only underage drinker would order, that or snake bite and black. Again, I think there's a limit of 2 doors a day per person, so you can get 4 beers basically.
I could tell you some stories about underage drinking. That's for fucking sure.
You and I both, sir. Martin got screen cap of that. Yep, that I was hoping someone would catch that. Scott, there was a time when Coors wasn't allowed to be sold past the Mississippi River. Not sure the reason, but I think it had to do with their pasteurized process. I've heard about things like this, like certain alcoholic drinks for very small reasons about the way they're made, not being able to transfer to different territories. Are we about to hear you shit? Are you going to shit? Are you going to make
I'm getting another beer.
All right. So I'm going to quickly I'm going to do a slight change of subject, guys, because there's something that I want to talk about.
Oh, wait. 1 second. Before you do that, let me just draw a line under this. Scott, just in reply to that, a little anecdote. The whole thing about the temperance movement in the States and the whole thing about alcohol, prohibition and all that. One of the main things about prohibition was that, as far as the states are concerned, individual counties within states can make their own bylaws. And what happened was a lot of counties were already dry states. So when they did prohibition, it wasn't such a huge deal outside of the cities, outside the urban areas at the time, because all the kind of farmer architecture area, God damn it, Howard, I just saw what you did. Damn it. But basically, it didn't affect their lifestyle or anything like that. They still went ahead and did illegal booze, but in the same way, it didn't really affect a lot of things for them, I suppose. But yeah, those kind of ideas that certain items or certain foods or certain drinks, if they're brewed, made, distributed in a certain way from state to state or whatever, it does still happen. Right. That's my useless piece of information, make me look semi-intelligent. We'll now resume to my basic fuckery. Go ahead, Howard.
Okay.
Why were you engorging my picture?
I just felt
I'm not going to say enlarging, I'm going to say engorging, so you'll never do it again. I was engorged.
Nathan says, I think we have underage drinking stories. I think we all do. That's what he said, sorry. Yeah, I think that's very true. And then follows up by saying there are still dry countries and others that don't allow alcohol sales on Sundays. Those are what I call no-fly zones. Nguyen says, they let previous tour takes skip right to the beer tasting room. Jesus Christ. Basically, it really tells you what they think of their tour. It's like, we know why you're here.
All right, let's draw a line under this. Let's Howard have his little rants. Oh, my joke. He's not having a rant. He's going to tell you something heartfelt. We want you to take him seriously and definitely don't mock him. Whatever you do, don't mock him.
So I'm gonna take that as a good reason to temporarily mute Bubbles. Hey Bubbles, try talking in sign language. Wait, do that again. Yeah. No one can hear you. No one can hear you. No one can. All right, I'm going to talk to the people for a while. Hold on in there. Hey, everyone. It's me. We need to have a little talk. See, this new place. So basically, this is the first of 5 live streams I will be doing from here. I'm here for the next 5 weeks. I wanted to stay for longer, but it does appear that my options to extend have been slightly scuppered. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is that there has been a lot of time has gone by since the last video. And I've been really wanting to get started again, but my concern has always been, we've had these things before where I've started and there's been off and on moments. I really wanted to get back into it properly, hit the ground running. With a bit of luck, that will start from tomorrow. So from tomorrow, I'll be able to start actually working on things. Now, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a video tomorrow. There might be. It doesn't mean it. It means that all the scripts and everything I've been working on, I'll be able to start actually recording them, getting into them, actually putting content together, really starting to create stuff. So it is a phase that, because like over the last 2 weeks, the last 2 live streams, I've been saying, oh, in this next week, I'll put up another video. And it hasn't happened. And most of the time it's just been because I haven't felt like, I felt like, okay, I could put a video out now, but then I could just tell it would be another week before the next one follows. And like, I don't want to do that. I would rather tell everyone, okay, hold on, and then continue properly, than, you know, put out a video fully knowing that it's just going to sort of mislead people into thinking, oh, everything's sorted out again. Now, like I said, I've got 5 weeks here. I'm hoping after going here, I'll be able to move straight into the next house, a proper house forever. But I don't know that. There's a lot of things that I don't know 100% about the future, and certain things have happened in the last couple of weeks that have thrown a few things into question. Nothing horrific, nothing bad, but just things that have given me some concerns, well, some questions that needed to be answered about how viable certain things I want to do is. The main thing is I've got 5 weeks here. I'm set up here, been here a couple of days. I can start working, I can start getting on with things, I can wake up, I've got a kitchen there, I can start basically living properly, doing the things I need to get on with it. Now, I think that my head's in a nice clear place as well, I think. We'll see how that goes. It's been very stressful recently, which is why I've been doing the blog. I'm going to keep on doing the blog for a while. I've only posted 2 of them, but I've been filming it regularly. I think I've recorded like probably once every 2 or 3 days at least. I've recorded some sort of content for the blog, so there's a lot to come eventually. But that's the point. Things like that, things like the reviews that I've been talking about for a few weeks now, they're all going to start happening when this gets rolling. That ball's going to start rolling again. So I don't know 100% how that's going to lead, but one of the other things as well, CMC knows about this, because believe it or not, as much as we despise each other, me and CMC have some good direct message DMs on the Discord. So we've been discussing, there's been a lot of things about content as well. So as much as me giving my opinions, I like to give my opinions on things. I like to talk to you about those things. I like to do that, but also it's nice to do the informative stuff. So we've been talking about some videos which are maybe more interesting for you guys. Like if I do a video about what is the RIAJ, if I do a proper video, what's the RIAJ? What are their actual jurisdictions? What do they do that's within character, what's not? If I did a video about the history of the RIAJ, it's on topic, but it's a bit different. It's something where I could do a proper informative video. You guys could, you know, get something from that. It'd be interesting. But then I could do sort of more broad videos, like one of the ones I wanted to do, because it seems like such a facile and easy topic, but it's actually a very interesting one, is what is the actual difference between J-pop and K-pop? Why are they different? What is the, you know, what's the history of this? What do they grow? What actually makes them different? As you guys know, the survey has been going out, and this is a big one. Again, please post the link if you've got it. I should have copied it beforehand. The surveys, please keep on. If you don't mind, I don't want to pressure on to anything. If you like a band and you want me to do one of those videos, those introductions for a band videos that I've been working on really hard, been working on the format very hard. If you want me to do one of those for bands you like, obviously fill in the application yourself. But if you're the only person who does one for that band, it's not going to lead to a video, because that's not a consensus of opinion to have one. So fill it out, but make sure that other fans know. Pass it on to the social medias. Like I said, I'm not telling anyone they have to do anything. I'm not saying, hey, do this. But I am saying, if you are doing it because you want to see that video, then as a community member, the way that you're going to get that video is by making sure that you are starting a train of other people. We've had some bands that you wouldn't expect who've been getting more than one reply. None of them really have enough yet, but for example, Scandler doing best at the moment. Scandler leading, not by much. Bandmate are catching up, and Baby Metal are doing really good as well. But Scandler are actually the one with the most replies to the survey. So they're the one who are currently leading it up, which is also, that in itself is driving me to want to do more Scandal reviews, because even if they don't get the views, it means that I myself am more informed when I do the video. So the survey can lead to a lot of things. For if you want like us to cover a band that you like, the survey is a really good place to start. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm twisting anyone's arm and saying, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm just saying logistically that's going to work. If I've got a lot of information from fans to work with, it helps me make better content about certain artists. There are artists who I already am really involved with the fans in and know a lot about, you know, like Bandmate and, you know, still Baby Metal even now. Scandal, obviously, I mostly know from the few guys of you who are really vocal about them on Discord, but I don't know so much the broad community feeling about the bands. So this has helped me a lot in that sense. Basically, that's why to spread that. On top of that, as I say, I've arranged interviews with some really awesome bands, starting from small ones and then hopefully building up to some big ones, but some bands that I'm really excited to interview. Got stuff like that. We've got some stuff where I'm actually going out on the street and I'm actually meeting artists, street musicians and stuff. That video is a couple of months overdue, the first one of those, but that was a really good one. That's one where, again, I could have put that out a couple of weeks ago, but I was like, nah, hold on to it, put it out at the right time. And this is my point, is that there is a lot going on. There's maybe too much going on, which is one of the reasons why I needed to be settled in a good place. And I feel like I'm in a good place now. And knowing that the internet's working, knowing that this stream is working now, which is one of my biggest worry, that puts me in a position where I am happy about it. And you can tell how much Bubbles is enjoying this particular piece of content, can't you? But anyway, so my point is that there is so much that I want to do for the channel. But this might be that point when we can start doing it. This might be the point when we can start moving forwards with this. So just thank you for having patience. Please do be involved with stuff like the surveys. If you can be involved with the surveys, it really helps. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on some of your comments quickly, just so I said that, and then I'll bring Bubbles back into it. He's getting his beer, as you probably noticed. That's actually what was happening when I showed you that picture. I can hear him. You guys can't hear him, but I can hear he was going to get a beer. So let's have a little look here. And so Rev says, US government poisoned the industrial alcohol during Prohibition, killing about 10,000 people who drank it. Ouch. That sounds horrifying, but I believe that. Scott says the city of Evansville, Illinois claims they created Sunday's ice cream as a response to the prohibition of alcohol sales on Sunday. That's an interesting one. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds interesting, and I hope it's true just because it's funny and because they spelled Sunday wrong. Naguim, they add methanol in the ethanol for school lab classes so the kids can't drink it. That's quite interesting. Also, the thing is that it noticeably has fumes, so you wouldn't want to get kids drunk. Bubs, please take like and subscribe as we're not monetized. All your help is appreciated. Drop in the Discord, Patreon, Reddit, and merch links. Thank you, Bubs. Martin says, seriously though, DM me on Discord if you need a receipt editor or script editor or proofreader. I'm useful for some things as well as Talking Bullets. Gotta go. Yeah, love you. I'll listen to Peggy's Scandal, Wagamama Rocket, anything. Thank you, my man. Have a wonderful time. And thank you for the offer as well. I'll be honest, just because of the way it's streamlined, I got used to script reading and proofreading myself, but that is a really great offer, and I will definitely take that in consideration. So thank you. Bubs is confirming that all and saying, be right back, piss break. Okay, at least he worded it. And again, so you're just refilling those empty Bud Light bottles. I've been listening to Greta. I like that. I did that whole speech and everyone was more interested in Bubbles than they were in what I was talking about, which is really lovely. Thank you so much for that, guys. So as he's what you're here for, let's bring back Bubbles. Hey, Bubbles. Hey, hey, hey. Hey.
Hey, fuck you. I waited till the end of your your fucking thing, and I was quiet during the whole thing. Even though you muted me, I was quiet for you talking about it and being nice, and yet here you are thinking it was all about me. Well, now it's all going to be about me. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
That's interesting. Suddenly his voice has gone quiet. What's weird? Why can't I hear Bubbles? Maybe I will bring back some sound if I press this button. Oh,
I
look.
doubt it.
Oh, there's the sound. Oh, I can hear you again now.
I completely doubt that that's the case. I genuinely stayed quiet for the majority of that. I want some recognition. I want a Blue Peter badge. I want a fucking star under my name, like a fucking kindergarten school of who was the good student. That's what I want from you. I want that recognition.
Okay.
Also, we lost viewers while you were chatting shit. And I'm being moved off the flat Earth, according to the video that I'm currently watching.
So it would appear
that's fair.
it would appear that no one's interested in anything to do with the channel. Just so long as we keep on talking shit, then we'll be fine. So let's go with that.
I think this is everybody's kind of like their relaxation point. We're like fucking trash porn. Like we're just like, oh, you two fuckheads. Let's just I'm gonna watch these guys and make myself feel better about myself, even if I have to be in work on a Monday or whatever I'm doing, or I'm having.
I put a lot of time into making serious content.
Couple.
I take a lot of time putting stuff into serious content, and then you turn up with your Bud Light and your fucking sunglasses.
Bud Light, pair of shades, and a funny fucking picture, and look how they worship me.
Literally, viewers have started coming back since you came back. It's.
I want to thank everybody that vaguely listened to Howard during this time. Remember, we have a Patreon, and for just a certain amount of pounds per month, you too can save Howard from making those speeches. Howard, can you play the music in the arms of an angel, something like that?
Oh dear.
You know the fun thing is, I know I'm gonna pay for everything I just said. You're gonna get me back so badly. It's gonna be worth it.
Oh. Bud Light. I don't know.
In the arms of an angel, fly away with your credit card details.
If we get copyright blocked for that flat version of a song, I will be on.
Oh, if we get a strike for this, Fernando is gonna piss himself laughing, and that's all I'm concerned about.
Did Fernando get a copyright strike?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fernando's in the comments letting us know about his copyright strikes because he's a mad lad. He is, right? He is batshit.
Well, Fernando, if you need any advice, feel free to let me know. But copyright strikes as a general are evil and they happen. That's pretty much all you need to know.
Do you know? I think. All right, let's come back to a little bit of a serious point. Yes, I will still make jokes, and I'm looking at the stream now, and it looks like, wow, you've actually captured how I look at you, Howard. You have the glass up against the camera. That's my rose-tinted glasses. Well, look, my man, I think like everything that you try and achieve with this channel, just in general, you know, we've had some setbacks, both yourself and myself. So, you know, it's good that we let people know, and I know people are going to be interested, and I know no pressure on yourself. You're going to come back. You're going to hit your stride fairly quick. Even I'm doing so. So that kind
It's
of
true. He is
level of
He's sent me stuff he's doing.
So we're trying to make sure we boost this channel. We give you all guys something different to look at, enjoy, take the piss out of. Don't worry, I won't take it personal. I know Howard's paid you. I'm comfortable with that. Fernando got 2 strikes.
For my own... Well, what were they videos of, Fernando? What were you videoing? How did you go?
It was videoing Bandmade doing
Uh,
something.
yeah.
I'm just going to leave that hang in the air.
Yeah, no, you will get copyright strikes for that, yeah. I hate to say it, but it's difficult because like you get people like Harry who do so well with it and then get caught out and then have to start again. But I wouldn't share that kind of stuff because yeah, YouTube blocks 7 of my videos too. I mean, if they want to block, it's fine, but the copyright strike stuff is so harsh. To me, though, just if they do it, it's going to happen. I mean, even if they don't catch you straight away, they'll catch you eventually because they're always working to improve their copyright-seeking technology. And you've filmed something which is technically copyrighted. So even though legitimately you're doing them a favor by spreading their band and sharing their band, they're still going to copyright block you and eventually try and screw you over. So I always say this to people, there's lots of clever ways around it, but the best thing to do is just, if you got the footage, keep the footage, share it with people who like it, but it's probably not even worth putting it on YouTube because they're just going to be dicks about it eventually. Or put it on YouTube and put it on YouTube under the full expectation that you are probably going to get copyright struck eventually. That's probably...
Howard. Howard.
Mm-hmm.
He has put in a comment that would help in any discourse that we've had since our last conversation.
What's that?
Take a look at the comments.
He just needs to walk around with numbers on his chest. They'll think he's competing or something. Oh, about people looking at me during the Olympics. I can't hear you, Bubbles. Bubbles?
I haven't said anything. I'm waiting for you to talk. Don't worry, I'm listening.
Yeah, so I mean, in regards to the Olympics, I mean, it was a bit of a concern because I think people are now looking at me like I've come over here for the Olympics. Yeah, obviously not as an athlete, but yeah. So the funny thing is, though, is that like when I'm on the train now, people are much more visibly avoiding sitting near to me than had been the case before, and you could just tell people are like scared of the foreigners now. Bubbles is moving his mouth, but no sound's coming out, so that was weird.
Can you hear me at all now?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, I think you like it better when I move my mouth and no sounds come out, so I'm just going to keep going with that for a while.
I wonder what was going on. I thought you were trying to trick me or something. I was like, what's it?
No.
Yeah.
People need me to be heard.
RIAJ called the strikes. Very often they will. But yeah, again, that's one of the things about RIAJ. It's like it's a hard one to dodge. There's not really much you can do because even though what they're doing is ridiculous, they're technically in the right. So you kind of have to just sort of suck it up and say, well, there's nothing I can do about that. I know there are methods to protest it, but that can go one or two ways. It can work out good for you, it can work out bad for you. So it's just kind of, you just have to acknowledge, yeah, you're going to get strikes. If you post that kind of content. But if you want to post it, that's fine. I mean, like Harry was doing it and then he got straight back on the wagon and started doing it all over again because it's what he wanted to do. But if you're doing it casually, just don't put it on a channel where you've got other stuff that you like because you might lose your channel. Put it on its own little risk channel. Make a channel that's just full of stuff that you're willing to risk losing and then keep it back up on a hard drive and just hope that it never gets deleted.
What he's trying to say, Fernando, is, put everything in a place where you don't mind losing it. So definitely put it on our channel. I can sense, Come on, let's give them a little bit of a feel good for the Olympics. What was it we were chatting about yesterday?
We were talking about political correctness. We were talking about political correctness.
No, you fuckhead. The reason why we started the conversation in the first place is because you saw the Irish team walk out. What did the Irish team do?
Bubbles, that wasn't yesterday, you fuckhead. So that was 2 days ago. So,
Oh shit.
yeah. So the Irish team, when they came out, they all bowed to the Japanese hosts. They all got together in one group, and they clearly worked out. They timed it, and then stopped and bowed to the hosts, because the hosts were like sort of bowing and dancing for everyone who came out, and they just bowed in return to all of them, which a lot of people really liked. I thought that was a rather very Irish and very nice move. I thought it was charming.
It was us saying sorry for the World Cup in the 90s and the Rugby World Cup. Although Japan did beat us in the Rugby World Cup, so
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't have to apologise for that. I think they made their point. They got their revenge by wiping the floor with you.
No, I've been watching. I'm not a huge sports fan anyway, and like there's been a lot of grief around the Olympics anyway. But you know, seeing those little bits, even if it was the Irish team, and it's not that I'm slightly biased on that or anything. It's just more in the case of, yeah, that's kind of what we do when we're away. Even the fans, we're there for the crack. We're there for a laugh. You know, it's always going to be that simple.
You could explain that to colloquialism. We're there for the crack. It's like, whoa, hold up a minute. What do you think's going on here?
I ain't explaining shit. Somebody still thinks I'm English. I ain't explaining shit. No, like we're there for the laugh. We're there to relax and enjoy. We're not there to like cause shit and that kind of thing. But what's nice about it is I've been watching some of the videos from the Irish Olympic team that they've been putting out, especially the lad that did the fake news thing about the beds. And basically, when you catch Japanese people in the video, okay, they're all masked up, understandably so, but they're all still trying to be friendly, you know, and they're all happy when like the Irish team leaving. Doesn't matter what part of the Irish team, the gymnasts, the swimmers, whatever, whoever's there. It's nice to see them light up because they're having a bunch of people that they've been essentially serving, but turning around and being what could be best described in terms of Japanese terms as reciprocal. You know,
Yeah.
They understood they were being friendly. It went beyond the kind of, oh well, this has been excellent customer service. This is 5-star, definitely. Yelp is going to love Japan.
I
It's
caught a little bit
it's
of
a
the
nice
old
kind of
work
thing.
bubbles there. I caught just a tiny bit of the old work bubbles.
But it's one of those things where it was just nice to see the volunteers that were there get that kind of love, considering the situation around the Olympics. Okay, I can't speak for any other countries because I haven't been looking at any other countries. The other athletes from other countries have been doing their own individual things, and people can comment on that. I'm just saying that's the not only is that the Irish team, that is the kind of ethos of when we go abroad. You know, we're not going to go too mental. Okay, we will get drunk as well, but we're not going to go too mental. And to see that kind of level of, oh, you know, we're giving that positive feedback to those people who are volunteering, who may be worried about the fact that there is something going on in Japan. No, I'm not going to mention a word. You all know what it is. It's 5G. You know, it felt good to see that there was something positive coming out of the games, which had a lot of negativity, even outside of the pandemic, coming to it. So, you know, Howard pointed this out to me, and I was kind of delighted. You know, not in a twee kind of like, oh, Jesus, they're my people, Jesus. No, it wasn't that. It was just kind of like, yeah, that's fucking nice of people to do. I wish more people would do that. You know, just being nice to be nice. There was no gain from it.
It kind of reminded me of the It reminded me of the thing where, like, the Japanese fans got so much credit for when they go to foreign sporting events, like the fact that they always like clean the stadium and they do things like that to show respect for the country that they're in, and it encouraged other countries to be more
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But with the Irish, it was just their pleasant demeanor was the thing that really sold it. I think to the people here, they respected the culture in return. You know.
Yeah, no, I thought our version of it was just saying, in any kind of chants that we like during the Rugby World Cup, there was all sorts of videos of the chants going on. The come on the boys in green, whatever, or they clap and they'd say Ireland and all this kind of stuff. And then they went, oh, we can work Japan into this. And then you'd have the Japanese lads coming on and into the street outside a pub, just joining in with the chant as well. And then they say, "All right, we can work Japan into this. It's the same rhyme scheme, or Nippon. We'll do one of those. We'll make this person, or persons that have come in to join us for a few drinks and a laugh happy. Why not? You know, it's simple. It's good fun, wholesome. Yeah, I'll go for that. And rarely am I wholesome, but I was pleased and happy.
I think it's a
But
different kind of wholesomeness. It's a different form of wholesomeness from the one that you probably usually think about. You can be wholesome in a slightly borderline offensive way. If people know what your intentions are, if they know your intentions are good, then you can kind of bypass a lot of the usual social things. You can be a little bit more rude and rowdy if people know that you're harmless and you're just there to have fun and share a good time with people. So that's, I think, what really is going on there.
It was good. And also, thanks to my complete stupidity, I've clicked on clickbait for the first time in 10 years because this lunatic Howard told me, no, you should watch the opening ceremony. Yeah, Ireland's there and they're out nearly first because of the Japanese alphabet and all this. And I was like, yeah. And I sent
What
him
did
a
you
link.
click
Let's
on?
watch it together.
What did you click on? Oh, I saw it.
You
No,
should
this is the
have
thing.
that link
This is the
there.
thing you sent to me. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
Yes, play it for everybody because it's the title I clicked on.
No, I can't just play it for everyone because I can't. I mean, for a start, I don't know what part of it's copyrighted, so I can't put it on here. But it was just. Well, actually, can you explain it for them? Because maybe I can load it up
All
on my
right.
phone and show it.
Can you read the title of what I clicked on?
I've got to scroll back a little way, so you're gonna have to give me a second to do this.
Yeah, no problem. So it's like we're looking for a clip that's gonna last maybe a minute and a half, and we're like, okay, I want to see this fun moment where the Irish people turn around and bow. Now, the opening ceremony has a line of dancers either side, which is basically Japan's version of a couple of bouncers making sure that nobody fucks off into Japan. Just keeping everybody corralled. The Irish team marches out. They're all happy. They're going to look. They turn around and they bow. Do they do it in unison? No. Do they do it well? No. Do they do it with heart? Yes. Was there one guy that
one
was
looks like
untying
he's
his
sniffing his
shoelaces
feet. Yeah, one guy
with
looks like
his-
he's sniffing his feet.
He was untying his shoelaces with his teeth. The man went in. Culturally, he was like, I'm there. So I wanted to see this great extravaganza. And I started going into YouTube and putting in little keyword searches for something that only happened in the previous couple of hours. And then I clicked on.
Still looking
Well,
for
Howard,
it.
let's put it like this. I clicked on something that mentioned the Irish team and the K-pop stars that performed at the Olympic opening ceremony. Now, this video, I can't express how much of a national identity crisis I had after watching it. Because, as we all know, I'm Irish.
Some people
That
think you're
carries with
English.
No, that's a person from LA, and they're not real. I mean, they live on a flat Earth. I'm not the cool one.
Don't say that about Archibald.
For fuck's sake, he doesn't even live on the cool flat Earth. the Discworld. No, he lives in LA on a flat Earth. Okay, I'm being a little bit cringeworthy on that one. Sorry.
He's not sorry.
Either way, I am not even remotely. So the title was there. Irish Olympic team.
Is it the one that says?
K-pop bands.
Is it the one that says Parade of Nations Team Ireland 2020?
Yeah, it'll be that one.
Okay.
It'll look.
It's not loading.
On
It's not loading.
Don't worry. So I sent the link on to Howard, and we're sitting there, and we're like, "Oh, this is going to be good. We can chat about it afterwards."
I think it's this one.
And Howard registers absolutely nothing wrong with the YouTube video that I've clicked on.
That's not entirely true.
Mainly for the title. And then it becomes apparent that there was no K-pop people. There was no K-pop. Yeah, that's the one. Well, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the picture on the video, obviously delayed. But there was no people who were of Korean or pop-related descent that were at the opening ceremonies. And then it played. The text scrolled across the screen. You know, the Irish did something nice and bowed at the Japanese, and then it was nothing but a plethora of pictures of BTS, which led me to believe I am actually Korean and not Irish. Now, remember, the thing about Korea is, and this is how we can get confused about Irish people and Korea, is because for Koreans, there's a north and a south, and in Ireland, there's a north and a south. And they like drinking as well. And they have some sectarian issues with the Protestants. Anyhow, I was vastly confused by all of this, and I decided to myself, I need to look into this further. I discovered that Koreans don't speak Gaelic. This was a new and troubling addition to my Korean passport that I was not emotionally prepared for. It was weird, it was wonderful, and then I realized, Christ, I wasn't even drinking. What a muppet. I clicked on the first thing that was going on. And also, Howard has been lording that over me, because all he keeps showing me is pictures of BTS versus pictures of Boyzone on a very famous Irish late-night talk show from the 90s. And my God, the difference. Also, I don't have any hair, so I'm not sure how I'm going to join any of those bands. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I should probably drink more. Anyhow, Howard, thoughts? Because the comments are wondering about the K-pop, and it's like, no. I'll pop the link in the Discord of what we found. Just so fucking stupid. Like, I couldn't believe it, man. I hit clickbait.
I'm back.
That's disturbing in and of itself. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll be ranting on about it. In any case, yeah, it was clickbait just showing fucking BTS. Nothing to do with the Irish people coming out.
I'm going to jump into some of these comments. I'm going to jump into some of these comments in reverse order. K-pop at the Olympics? No. No. I still got seen any events in the Olympic Games. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. If you're in Japan, it's on all the time on half the channel, so it's nice to keep on in the background, just occasional for a little bit of a national pride, or watching Japan get beaten and feeling sad. Music discussion waffling. Oh, yeah. So, and again, all right, I got to go to work. Have a great day. You too, man. Have a good one. Harry says, yeah, my scandal content is not in the least connected to the account, so if that channel gets deleted, that screen name and email account is safe. That's always good to have. Yeah, I would have taken down the videos. The strikes was just a kick in the balls. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. That's the problem with strikes. That's the whole issue. They're illogical, but what can I say? And again, can make an Olympic competitive beer drinking beard and change the number every day. I'm up for that. That sounds like some fun. All right, AJ. Cool. All right, so I'm back on the. Oh, it's not too many comments. That's cool. Cool. Up with them.
I lived that life.
Coop.
I love Loon's comment. Loon's comment is, I should probably drink more. That's the motto of Ireland, isn't it? Pretty sure it's on the flag. No, Loon, you smart ass. That's what we say when we really don't want to reveal our feelings for fear we will be mocked.
Oh.
Do you feel happy about yourself now?
Oh.
Do you, Loon? Do you? Do you know what you've done, Loon?
You
I should
could
drink more.
kind of smell him getting closer, couldn't you? You could smell him getting closer. All right, folks. Well, we've about reached that.
I actually did get to go get beer.
We've reached that point. It's an hour and a half. We're going to be calling this one a day now. So this is the first of 5 live chats here. I know this is the point where everyone stops listening and paying attention and doesn't care anymore, but I will just update with the fact that yes, there will be more videos coming soon. Yes, there's going to be content. Sorry, didn't mean to bore you with that.
Wait, hang on. You mean to tell me you're not going to explain to them that after we went through my utter disgust at this clickbait I clicked on, you showed me where you were living?
Oh, the anime cabin. Yeah, well, everyone knows about that
yes.
already. Everyone knows about that already on here. The fact that I had to temporarily spend 2 days living in a hotel, well, it's an Airbnb styled specifically for fans of anime, which meant there was big anime posters on my wall, but none of them were of the one true anime character.
I know. It's been a rough weekend for all of us. Bear with us while we grab ourselves by the shirt collars and shake ourselves back to reality. Stuff, inspirational. Fucking, I need another drink. Right.
Did you make
So
a
the
fort,
fertiliser's
Howard?
working.
I did actually make a little fort at one point. Yes, Loon, I did. I did end up making a little fort. Because of the 4 beds, and I did manage to sleep in all 4 of them. One of the 2 bottom ones had curtains you could pull across, so I made a little fort that was in front of them, so I could go into the back thing, and then I could climb out of it through the curtain into my fort, and it was very fun, and I enjoyed it, and I had fun. So last, let's go on here. Nathan says parting shots related to bandmade merch. I lost an auction for the YOLO vinyl, and my losing bid was 100,000 yen.
That sounds like real
Merch
money.
is insane right now. That's the kind.
What-
Bubbles. That's
what
the
is-
Bubbles. That's the kind of money that makes people like you and I cry. Don't think about that. Don't think about the money.
XE.com
Don't
come to my rescue.
don't
Now I'm
don't
just
do
curious.
it. Don't do it. You will cry. Your soul will burn.
Okay, honestly, I even logged off the porn channel I'm currently watching during this stream just to make sure I know what 100,000 yen is.
Well, the black shirt was a bad idea.
No, that was just the aim. I have to look around it. Okay, how much does that work out?
I want to
in
see
pounds?
Bubbles' face when he realizes how much that is.
The fuck? For a piece of vinyl from Bandmade that probably doesn't come in a Bandmade costume.
That's
What
actually that's a
in
good thing to
the
want for
ever
it.
loving- It's like nearly 660 quid. It's probably with delivery and all that kind of shit. It's more, but whew, my God, was
And
it signed? Was it-
Can I say the thing that will just put the nail in the coffin for anyone who liked this channel before? Not only did it not come in a made costume, but it's vinyl, which means it's just not as good as digital.
Do you know what?
Flames should appear at the bottom of the screen about now.
Do you know what? It's just I can't believe that not only was your losing bid, what was the winning bid? Was it 100,001 yen?
Well, let's just say this is the guy who now
That
knows how.
person is a dick.
This-
Whoever won it, if they did it for 100,001.
Let's just say this is a guy who now has to live with 1 kidney. It's Dialysis City where this guy is.
No, we're not talking Xbox numbers or fucking graphic cards, man. We're not Bitcoin mining. Okay, let's calm down here.
Bitcoin,
Just
the
relax.
currency of the future. Sorry.
It's not bad.
It's pretty
Yeah,
bad. All right.
So somebody in chat went, "Oh, it's because there's 100 of them." Yeah, that's not an excuse. Like, if there was 10 of them, I could understand. If there was 10 of them that were signed in bandmate costumes, you know, the resale value, if it was an investment, I can understand. But then again, you know what? I'm shitting on your fandom, and I shouldn't be shitting on your fandom because I bought weird shit for. Yeah. Anyhow, let's not talk about that.
Harry says they didn't have Daisy on the wall. Shame on them. I totally agree. Loon, lol, nice. $920 US. Crikey. Got an extra copy of the vinyl, says Fernando, just to really dig it in. You should be selling your extra copy. Maybe it was you selling it. That would be kind of dark to find that out. Harry, likely lost your bid to Mikoto. Fairly true. 100 of them, lol. If you paid £700 for a record, would you ever play it anyway? Probably not. I mean, I would assume if you're buying a record for that price, considering it's not as good quality as the digital, you'd be buying it more to put on the wall as
Are you
like a memorial.
fucking kidding me?
That's how quickly.
I'd be using that to serve myself a charcuterie. I would have it framed as well. I would literally go to my parents and say, "See, I have achieved." Oh, yeah,
can I just say, if you want a frame, they do really good budget frames at the 100 yen shop. Go to Daiso, get yourself a frame for your £700.
Damn it!
Pound.
You have a problem. Honestly.
You dancing like that with
Well,
flames
you're not
makes
even
me
the
think
right
of the
kind of
opening to
order.
Tales of the Unexpected, says Loon. I am totally on board with that. We should I'll add
I
that
am
later.
on board with that reference. I understand that,
I-
and most importantly, that is a deep cut.
I don't know the reference, but I'm on board with adding flames onto the footage. So next, I'm going to have to go and see.
Hey, what? Hang on. What do you mean you don't know Tales of the Unexpected? You know the theme tune because it was always playing. It's like, Are we gonna get a copyright strike?
Yeah, probably.
It was like, and like at the end of it, it was a woman coming out of a music box, and it was basically the most British version of the Twilight Zone you could ever fucking deal with.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so
Tales of the Unexpected.
maybe I'm just not old enough.
Let's go with that. I was going to say uncultured, but that might be mean.
Okay, Tails. Oh, what's this?
Honestly, whoever won that, you were betting against a weed. You were always going to lose.
Sorry, one second. I just got a really important message. Just came out of nowhere.
Don't worry, I'll take over. Rev, just don't imagine Howard dancing naked in the flames. How do you think I get through these streams? Collector mentality. I'm running out of things to get from them, and that is a keystone piece. Trust me, the arse end is going to fall out of that fucking market. You'll get it cheap. It'll take a couple of years, but you'll be grand. Or if everybody likes, subscribes, does the Patreon, buys some merch, we could interview Bandmade, and we can get you a copy.
Whoa.
Or,
Whoa. Making promises. Making promises.
No, I'm not making promises. I'm giving you options. Because remember, one of the goals here, which is definitely one of the goals, is that I actually go to Japan and I meet Howard for the first time since we got out of that hellhole. So it's not without the realms of possibility that we could meet Bandmade. Howard can interview them in his, what do you call it again? Culturally appropriate Japanese language. And I can find their manager and fucking wring their neck to get you that vinyl.
Okay, Bubbles. I'm going to have to read up on the comments because we've really got to finish quite soon. Okay. Thank you to everyone. Let's read up in the comments, though. Keep up to date with it. So, Lawrence says, it was 101,000. I pulled out 100,000. It started around 35. So you did literally lose by 1,000 yen, which sucks. Collector mentality. I'm running out of things to get from them. And this is a keystone piece. Oh, that's what Bubbles just read. Sorry. So, Rev says, just don't imagine Howard dancing naked in the flames. Tells it incredibly predictable as it would have been, though. True. Okay, I don't know enough about the series for this. So now I'm going to turn to looking up whatever this thing is that you guys are talking about, and I'm going to see if I can see this because it sounds pretty disturbing. Hiccup.
Tells you unexpected. Yeah, it was mental. There was another one because British sci-fi in the 70s and 80s, they had some weird stuff. Like one of them was Tales of the Unexpected. The other one was
Dude, this looks
what was
old.
the one that they had the two time agents that like they were stuck in a house, and in this house all these, I wouldn't say adventures, but definitely dramatic adventures would take place. And one of the guys was one of the lads from The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the blonde fella. I can't remember the name of it, but it like Tales of the Unexpected kind of went out. Sapphire and Steel, was it? Sapphire and Steel. That's another one.
Why does the intro to this look like a James Bond intro?
Because
It's just... What the hell?
yeah, that's Tales of the Unexpected.
Uh-huh. I think this is one of those things you'd have to actually watch it to know what the hell's going on, because I just kind of feel like I'm watching a knockoff James Bond movie intro. And they were tacky enough to begin with.
How dare you, sir? The finest James Bond song was Nobody Does It Better.
Nah.
Okay, they're all tacky, but seriously, the music though. Ooh, some winners on that one.
It's the dance. What's the dance? It's like, this is not a dance. This is like a I need to pee. I need to pee. Hold it in. This is
how am I teaching you about your culture, Howard? Jesus. You've really gone full Japanese.
This is not my culture as far as I'm aware of. Is this an English thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys.
I don't know what channel it was shown on.
Guys, I want to thank everyone for coming out, and the weirdness that I've just had to sit through is the outro that you need, I think, says Rev. Whatever it was, I just watched it. There was a woman dancing around in flames, so I'm pretty sure that's what we were looking for. Yeah, it was like minimum effort dancing, but good for her. Good for her. She got paid. That's all that matters, I hope. So, guys, I will see you next week for the next one of these. There will hopefully be content starting this week. We got a lot of stuff to come up as always, but I am going to be putting the most effort I can into making this a good week for the channel. So hopefully you guys will be able to join me. There is a lot of stuff going on here still. I've got a lot of stuff going on, so apologies if I'm not always around when I want to be. But I just think now I'm here for the next few weeks. I've got finally a base where I can start concentrating on doing some good stuff. So I really hope this is going to be the point when we can kick things into gear, and I really feel like it is. So I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to everyone. From Bubbles, it is...
Oh, I'm not giving this one away. You get to do the outro, dude.
From me, well, it's Chow Chow. Bubbles, are you sure you're not going to say anything to the people?
Okay. For me, it's been emotional. Now, fuck off. I'm on brand. Fuck it. I'm on brand.
You are on brand.
Also, I won't be here next week, so you can safely chat amongst yourselves. Have a great week, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. You've actually brightened my day significantly, so I hope you have a good one for the rest of the week. Enjoy.
I think that went well.
Are we clear?
I believe so.
All right. So no, because I've got the video playing in front, or the stream playing in front of me, so it's behind.
Hey,
So I
hey,
don't know if you turned everything off.
Bubbles, just talk freely, man. Talk freely. You can trust me.
Okay, then I'm freely gonna go for a piss. I'll be back in a second. I'll get cancelled for different reasons.
I picked the screen perfectly. See you later, everyone.